In this video, we're going to be using the Spearhead Shaving Company Experimental Lavender Vanilla Soap, new brand to me, and we're going to be using the Carve OC with the F plate. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. If it's your first time here, welcome for the first time. Please hit subscribe below. Today, we're going to be using, as mentioned previously, the Spearhead Shaving Company Experimental Artisan Shaving Soap, Lavender Vanilla. So we hope to get a beautiful experiment from that today. Also, we're going to be using the Carve, as Justin, the Red Island shaver, would say. This is the Carve Christopher Bailey razor. It's actually called Christopher Bradley. I call it Christopher Bailey, you know. Anyway, it's the Carve Christopher Bradley razor with the F plate, which is the most aggressive open comb offering they have. I used the G plate the other day. This was kindly sent to me by Jack from the Virtual Groom Room. So I'm really excited to try this F plate in the OC because I've never used an open comb plate from Carve, and we'll be talking about that. It's going to be rolling with a Gillette Nasset blade. I haven't loaded it yet. I wanted to talk a little bit about the soap first. This is Spearhead Shaving Company, completely new to me. This was sent by a viewer, David Reed. So David, if you're watching, and I hope you're watching, thanks so much. Excellent price on this soap, folks. Be prepared to be wowed. $9.99 right now for 4 ounces. An incredible $2.49 per ounce. Those are sterling-like prices. Absolutely incredible. The scent on this, it is lavender and vanilla. I'll show you how they describe the scent profile there. Really nice if you like lavender and vanilla. That's really what I get. There's some other stuff in here, I think, like cedar, but it's not heavy on that. I get mostly lavender and vanilla. I like both scents. Scent strength is right around 4.5 to 5. I would call it medium on the scale. I like the label. Really nice, clean, you know, nothing too gaudy on that label. And it lathered up really creamy. Let me show you a shot of the lather there. And while I'm doing that, I will grab a Nasset blade so we can load up the razor. And again, this is the F plate from Carve, which is their most aggressive offering. I must say the threading on this Carve razor is incredible. Every time I unscrew and load a blade, I'm like, man, that thing is silky, silky smooth. It's got a long post too. And there is a look at your plate, which has the F. You probably can't see it, but so it's the most aggressive offering. I'm always amazed when I see people go, ooh, I used the B and that was too much for me. And I'm like, really? Because these razors are efficient, but they don't feel aggressive to me at all. So it's tough on your beard, but not on your face. That's the way I like to explain it. And that's the way you want a razor to be, is, you know, like an example of razors that are aggressive and feel aggressive, the Yaki Night Helmet, the Yaki Slant, the Mueller R41 feels aggressive. The Carve offerings, even all the way up, don't feel aggressive to me. Before we get to lathering, they also send this nice little shave notes journal with orders, and there were some blades in the background. I think that's a really excellent touch. And they sent this little thing that describes, you know, the soap and everything. This is a family-run business. I think Dennis, I think is the gent's name, who wrote a handwritten note. Also, a nice touch. So thank you very much, David Reed. And David Reed sent this sort of through the chief. So the chief got my information and passed it to David. So thank you, Chief, from Shaving with the Chief. I haven't mentioned the Chief for a few videos, so people are out there probably wondering, did you break up with the Chief? No, I haven't. We're still good. It's just that when I'm speaking about people, like I'm talking about, you know, maybe videos that are remarkable or something I seen that was cool, you know, something I saw that was cool. And so I've been watching the Chief's videos and commenting, but I just haven't mentioned him for a few days. So I have no fear. We haven't broken up. Everything is cool. I hope all of you are well. I hope you're staying healthy. By the way, this soap smells a little stronger on my face. And as you can see here, really nice on the lather, I think. Feels good on my face. You can tell once you have experience how a lather feels on your face, and this one is quite good. So I don't know if this is an introductory price, but if they intend to keep this price where it is, which is incredible, this is going to be a good, well, let's use it first. And so what we always try to do when we are sent a product, either by a viewer or even from a vendor or artisan, is to tell you, would I buy this with my own money? And I can tell you right now, the price is right. So here we go with the Carve, with the F open comb. Silky smooth, residual slickness on point. Very, very nice on both the razor and the soap. I can tell by the way the soap looks and by the way it feels on my face, I'm not going to have any problem with the soap at all. And this razor just feels really smooth. Carve has managed to make efficient razors without you feeling a ton of blade, which sometimes can come off rough. The blade, the nacetine here is on its third use, so it's on its final use. And yet, this comes off to me incredibly smooth. So I say, well done, Carve. Carve is, I think, for this brass razor, it's priced at $73.98 right now, US dollars. I think it's a very good offering, and the plates are like $22.19 as of right now. There is some wait time to get these razors, so you do have to wait. But because of those prices being so good for, in my view, such good quality, it is worth the wait. And I think if I were looking, again, I mentioned this in my last video, if I were looking to decide between the Rockwell 6S and the Carve, I'm choosing the Carve for a number of reasons. One, this is machined. It's not cast. It is just a better made razor. Now, the Rockwell is also a very good razor, and you get all the plate settings with that, which are 6, but most people don't use all 6. You know, some people use just a couple. Some people use only one. I know some people who say, I only use one plate on the Rockwell. I think if you bought the Carve and you bought an additional plate, you can get the Carve with an additional plate for a little under what you pay for a Rockwell 6S. And so I think it's a tremendous offering. You're getting premium quality razor for a really budget-friendly price as far as if you're looking for a good quality razor. Really the only, again, I said this in my last video, the only company that can produce razors of like stainless steel and a little bit heavier metals, cheaper than Carve is Razor Rock. Now, I'm not saying the razors are equivalent in quality. You make your decision on that. But Razor Rock offers tremendous value also. But the Carve razor is definitely finely made. It's going to be a, you know, it's the type of razor that is a premium offering for a very budget-friendly price, at least the brass version, which I think is really the sweet spot. Now, I haven't tried the stainless steel, so I cannot speak to that, but I can tell you right now, the brass, I really enjoy it. Let's get back to the soap here because we haven't talked about the soap. And again, I want to thank David Reed for sending this. This feels like a really nice soap. The brush today is the Omega Evo. Look at that. That's good. This is, so I saw the Chiefs video where he used this, and he was really blown away for the price. And I must say, that first pass was excellent. And so this soap, for the money you're paying, it is a no question type of purchase for me. So I can tell you, even after one pass, would I buy this with my own money? Yes, absolutely I would. The price is right. I mean, we're darn near sterling price. So you know you're in incredible value territory. So I hope that they intend to keep their prices around this level, or at least under the $3 an ounce level, which makes it 2 thumbs up territory. The ingredients, did I speak about that? This soap has an ingredient, a butter that I've never heard of. I can't even say it. I'm just going to put it up there. It's That's the ingredient. Anyway, that butter, lanolin, jojoba, shea, there's some good quality ingredients in this soap. And they are selling it at a very reasonable price. And no one is happier about this than me, because I love these value soaps that push the artisans who are charging upwards of $5 an ounce, push them a little bit and go, hey, you're gonna have to bring some additional value. You know, you can't just charge us $5 without bringing something. I hope that aspiring artisans who might be watching this will see these companies and go, yeah, man, I can get into the game too. You know, and I don't have to charge $4, $5 an ounce or above. You can deliver a quality soap for a reasonable price. And I think people like Sterling and Soap Commander and now Spearhead are showing that. So if you're looking to be nice to your wallet and you want a nice quality soap, maybe consider this one. Because I can tell you right now, from the perspective of the shave and the protection that it's providing, scent strength, label, the thoughtfulness of the package in which they included the little journaling notepad there for journaling your shaves, extremely cool. So like Chief, I am quite impressed with this offering. And I saw on their website, they also make those, I can't remember, the pouches for the old, like military style Gillette razors, which is pretty cool. So check Spearhead out if you like. Again, I will have links for it below. Everything I'm using today, I'll try to put a link to it. I'm using, did I mention the brush? This is the Omega Evo brush, which Ruds actually sent this to me. So thank you again, Ruds, if you happen to see this. Anyway, man, oh man, I'm impressed with this soap. This brush has, this is a synthetic brush with very good backbone. It is a little pricey relative to the Simpsons Trafalgar T3, which is about half the price. And I think just as good. I like the handle on this better. And I think the Evos maybe, arguably, some of them, depending on which handle you get, look better. But the Simpsons Trafalgar T3 is a very good, if you're looking for backbone, which again, I don't have much use for backbone. It is not required for lathering a soap. And anybody who says, matter-of-factly, that backbone is required, in other words, you must have it in order to lather a soap, is not to be listened to. I'm just going to tell you right now. If they say you can't lather a soap without backbone, no, stop listening. Because you can lather any soap that's latherable with a soft brush. All it takes is some time and some effort. And you don't really even have to be that good at lathering. You know. And honestly, we make so much of lathering and what is required, we really overdo it. Not that much is required. If you don't believe me, go back and watch a couple of weeks ago. I did a video using Williams mug soap and deliberately made a very bad lather, and the shave went flawlessly. We don't need to drone on for days on end about the importance of having a certain type of lather. You make the type of lather that works best for you. And if it doesn't look a certain way, don't worry about it. But if you want to spend 5-10 minutes on lather, that is great too. It is totally your shave. As I always say, do it your way. Do it in a way that makes you happy. But I don't want you to think that you have to spend tons of time on making lather, because you just don't. You can get by with a very, very thin lather as long as it's slick. Man, I must say, this F with the Carve here, nice and smooth. And so I know people, when they sort of roll their eyes when I go, this to me just does not feel menacing in any way. I don't feel like there's too much blade on my face at all. I rather like it. Now, please consider that I've been using open blades for the better part of the last 2.5 months. And so you're not going to get any more aggressive than straight razors. So I'm accustomed to feeling Blade on my face. And even before I was using it, I preferred a little more aggression. Although, once again, I think if you know how to shave, you can almost get by with anything, depending on your beard. Like if you could be one of those guys that has a very tough, coarse beard that might call for a little more aggression. But with proper technique, you can use most things. But this one, their most aggressive open comb. Quite smooth. Quite smooth indeed. And it's very nice. And so I bought the Carve once, and as I mentioned in my last video, I got the B and C plates, I want to say, and I just didn't like it. But with these plates, the higher end aggressive plates, I love it. Because when you get the low plates, it almost feels like you're doing nothing, or at least for me, you know. But with these plates, it feels really nice, comfortable. The Carve does not feel rough, like some razors can, like I said before. If you want to feel what aggressive feels like, get you a Yaki night helmet or the Yaki slant, which are not very expensive. You can get the heads for like $6 or $8. You put those heads on a razor and you will feel aggression. Like you will feel it. They are more aggressive in my view than even the Mule R41, which is for a long time known as one of the most aggressive razors. Those bring it, and you can tell you have to be careful. But with this, the Carve offerings, even at maximum, it is very efficient, but it doesn't feel threatening. So tough on the beard, easy on the face, and hence, you know, that's why I love this razor. I mean, I've used it a lot over the last 6 months, let's say, a number of times relative to other safety razors, and I come back to it because it's just smooth is the way. If I could only use one word to describe Carve, smooth, period, end of story. Okay, let me rinse. We'll come back and get into the post. Stay tuned. All right, and we are back with our Lancaster towel. Again, I'll link Lancaster below for your convenience. A drop of this is coming, and I don't know if it will be Saturday, which is today, or next Saturday, but probably, if not today, next week. And again, follow my social media accounts if you want to know when that drop is happening, and I will post it. I have them linked below. Okay, let's get with the witch hazel, and then we'll apply this toner, which they sent. And I didn't really have any information on the toner on the website, or I couldn't find any. So I can't tell you much about the toner. It's probably something they're testing out. All right, let's let that set for just a moment. First, the Carve, excellent, smooth. The F plate, tremendous, loved it. The Omega Evo, if you're looking for a nice synthetic with backbone, it's nice. Or alternatively, for about half the price, consider the Simpsons Trafalgar T3, only if you're looking for backbone. That's the only reason I mention it. The soap today was Spearhead Shaving Company. This is Lavender Vanilla. Really nice scent. I enjoyed it. Would I buy soaps from this brand? Absolutely, 100% yes. The price is right. The quality is very good. This is going to run, it's like Sterling. It's going to run with a lot of soaps that are much higher in price. It's going to give you everything you need in a shaving soap, or at least it gives me everything I need. Really surprisingly good for the money. Spearhead, so check them out. Thank you, David Reed, for having this sent to me. And David paid for this, by the way. This wasn't sent to me by Spearhead. So we're trying the toner here. I don't know anything about the toner, but I'm going to use it. And so I assume they're, testing this out. It's got a very milky look to it. I'm spilling it all over the place. Smells good. Same scent. Lavender, vanilla, maybe a little cedar, but the cedar to me is way in the back. So maybe some tonka, I think. Really nice. So let's go for another round. Why not? It's Saturday. It's the weekend. We've had a long week. The Rona is out of control. Let's use some more lavender to calm us down a little bit. Take it down a notch. All right. I'm impressed. That's all there is to it. I suggest you check out this company if you want a good budget-friendly soap. I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank the Chief. I want to thank David Reed. thank Jack from the Virtual Groom Room, but most importantly, thank you. And remind you, I'm your host, CDB. It's your shave, do it your way. And as always, God bless.